So I met my best friend during kindergarten. It was a very hard time in the beginning because I had just come back from Mexico. I was relearning how to, speak English, and I remember I was outside of Ms. Valdez's kindergarten class, and I was bawling my eyes out, just, completely in a mess. And my parents, my teachers, they just couldn't get me to, stop crying. And out of the corner of my eye, I see the door opening, and a little girl comes out and pops out her head. And I was completely embarrassed, first of all, because one of my classmates, who I've never met before, was seeing me cry. Later on, the door reopens, and it's the same little girl. I'm still crying, but this time she brings out a box of Kleenex. And she comes up to me, I remember, and she tells me, you should stop crying. Like, we're all waiting for you inside. And I couldn't help but feel a little bit better and a little bit more welcomed at that time.
Go.
So my first impression of Rosie was that she was a very tough little girl. Like, she had this attitude to her, and she was just very outspoken, and like she knew how to make friends, which is somewhat of what I felt I was the opposite to. And so her befriending me was in itself a blessing, just because we both learned a lot from each other growing up. And like throughout the years, I sort of realized we were becoming best friends when each year we would be in the same class, or we'd be, going to the same school. And it was crazy. We're like, it's meant to be. If we're always constantly being in the same classroom, it's meant to be. We just have to be best friends. And the moment I realized that she was my best friend would have to be during 5th grade, where she wrote for the first time, like, Mariana, you're my best friend. Before, we never really said it. We were always just like, yeah, you're like, you're just my friend, like, we're, get along well. But we never really said best friend. So being friends for so long, all the memories kind of jumble up together, and you don't exactly remember what was your best moment. Because every time we hang out, there's always a new inside joke or something new that's, going to be in our memories forever. But most recent thing was 2 years ago, so this sounds a little too cynical of us, but we made our then boyfriends buy us some princess rings. Like, you've seen them around. They're like these little tiara rings, and we said to each other that the only reason we were going to get them was for the fact that even though if we break up with our boyfriends or whatnot, we were still going to keep the rings, because the rings signifies our friendship versus the relationship that we were currently in. So lo and behold, I broke up with my boyfriend like 3 months after that, and I still have the ring just because they're our friendship rings now. And it was decided then and there that those rings were going to signify our unity, I guess, as friends. And so I think that's one of the funnier moments that we've shared recently. We both currently go to Columbia College, so we've been following each other since kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, even high school, and even community college. So the fact that we're both so alike in, the career-wise, it's pretty amazing that we're both, going into the arts and hopefully even work together someday, which I think would be like the ultimate best friend thing to do. If we're gonna still be best friends in the future, I think so. If it's been 14 years and we've gone through various moments in our lives, both hard, happy, and sad, seeing a future is much easier with her than anybody else right now. And she's the one constant person that I've really kept in my life, which I think goes for both of us. And I think just having known her for so long, it's kind of impossible to be away from her even now.